Hi Capricorn, welcome to your quantum entanglement reading with me, Jocelyn, the Quantum Queen. So, this is of course for Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising, and as always, welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, and the message could actually be for you, so feel free to take it however resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are timeless readings, so whenever you come across the message is probably when you're meant to hear it. And with that being said, Cap, if you venture over to my playlist, you will find a playlist just for you. So if you want to go ahead and take a gander, you might find something useful in there. If you guys would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can find my information down below in the description box. And just want to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and thank you for all the good karma donations. I appreciate it so much. So, Cap, let us see. Let me just grab one more because we got one card that popped out. So, hold on. Might need to cut here soon. Ooh. Okay. Capricorn. So if you guys saw that, we've got the snake, and I'm also going to pull the next card that was coming in, the panther. I freaking love these cards. Okay, so Capricorn. I think what could be happening, at least maybe this is previously, maybe this is going on for you guys currently, but it's, so first off that popped out, we've got flamingo, embrace the in-between. Now, I think that you have someone in your experience that's like unbelievably dominant. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like even the energy. And I don't necessarily think, Cap, that you're intimidated by them. I'm not saying this by any means. But the way this person's energy is coming across, because we've got Panther, and I want to say, right, reclaim your power. I want to say this person that you're dealing with is in some type of a power position. And what happens, like, this could be a boss, this could be a parent. And it's almost like whenever they come around, it's like everyone flees. Especially the second that they start asserting their dominance in a very like harsh way. It's almost like everyone around can kind of feel the energy shift. They can feel the buildup in a way that's happening within this person, and they like all of a sudden it's just like, it's like atomic bond, and everyone goes just scattering like ants. Maybe not ants. I just keep having this vision in my head where everyone just scatters in every direction. Everyone completely gets triggered by this, and it's just like, boom, heading in every single direction. So, like I said, I mean, this might not even be someone in a power position, but it's almost like maybe in a way they feel a lack of power, and that can sometimes trigger them into jumping into this other side of their shadow. Because what's fascinating here, okay, ready? Here's the like QP, the quantum physics of it. They grew up with the same exact dynamic. They probably had a parent that did the same exact thing where they would almost go into like a rage. And then what would happen was it was meant to kind of the in-between. You know how the flamingo is standing on one leg? It's meant to put the foundation and the stability that everyone is standing on out of balance. It puts them on shaky ground, and so nobody knows kind of what's happening next. It's all very unpredictable. That's a little bit a part of this person's nature, and it is the way that they assert their power and their control, is by having these really drastic mood swings, like this build up to where it can turn into blow up. Okay, now what's interesting is this snake spirit, right? This is all about time to heal, shedding a skin, I do want to say this, Cap, since you are involved with this person in some way, shape, or form, here's the interesting entanglement, is that it's also a reflection of your shadow and yourself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you might have even grown up with that same type of environment. Maybe you had the same type of structure, or you had people around you where things just constantly felt out of balance because, and maybe this can play out in so many different ways. Like, for example, okay, say that you grew up in a family and you maybe didn't have as much money or financial abundance as you needed for your family to thrive and survive, right? So what happened was your parents maybe in a way were like expressing that stress and that fear of survival, and they would blow up. So you can see it from two different dynamics, right? You can almost see the compassionate side of why a person would react this way, because there's probably, I mean, especially if these people are in some type of power position and have a lot of responsibility and pressure on them, they're going to have an even bigger fear of the loss. You know, what will come with that? If there's going to be, for example, if this is like a boss where they blow up or things like that, it's because, right, like they have so much more on the line. They've got their whole business, their reputation. So that can really put the pressure on. But I think, Cap, that you're really considering if you need to, right? Like, more than anything, you're maybe even from this reading starting to recognize that this is something inside of you. That's why you're entangling with the environment in the first place. And so it's taking you to a space of realizing like you probably need to heal, regenerate yourself, right? Because it's shedding a skin. And you can do that cellularly, you know, like you can actually rid yourself of karmic patterns and things just by like cellular restructuring. Because think about it in this way, guys. This is why I talk so much about cellular structure and quantum physics. It's because, remember how I talked about how this is stored in your cells, and if you had a parent that did that, kept you kind of back and forth on shaky ground, you were probably releasing a lot of your own brain chemicals based around shame, guilt, and fear. Like some type of fear even of survival, which with that is going to be stress, right? The brain chemical cortisol. So when that gets released in the cell, and cortisol is linked to, I would say, the majority of diseases. I'm pretty sure Bruce H. Lipton said that in his book, Biology of Belief. But he talked about how, you know, cortisol it creates an acidic environment in your body, and you can actually cleanse that from your system. You can go, and that's why I'm talking about with the snake spirit, like time to heal, because you can completely redo the structure of your cells and start creating a brand new reality. So that's what I think it's really drawing attention to, because obviously in some way, shape, or form, this is probably bringing some type of dissatisfaction to your life, right? I mean, who loves this environment? You might thrive in a way, Cap, like maybe you're really good at thriving in stressful conditions. You're really good at problem solving, and you're really good, like maybe even when you get under stress, you just snap into a different being, and it is a little bit of a high sometimes, you know? But this might also be coming to a point where you might be getting exhausted by the flamingo, embracing the in-between. Maybe you're getting sick of standing on one leg, or that you don't have two legs firmly grounded in your reality. You know, you don't have an environment that's supportive of you just being calm and at peace, right? Okay, Ooh, Three of Pentacles. What was I saying? This could be about work. It does strongly feel about work. So this is people that you, I mean, in any way, shape, or form, like you've been collaborating with, right? And look at that. And what did I say? Six of Cups. It could even be reminding you of childhood. That's nostalgia. This is hilarious. So it's pretty much just clarifying everything that I've been saying, all the cards. They're just popping right out. So we've got the Two of Cups. This is a mirroring card, right? It's like, I mean, it is soulmate. We have a million types of soulmates. And that's what I think is kind of happening, is it's mirroring your childhood. It's mirroring the type of relationships that you were collaborating with when you were younger. And so since it's like a pattern inside of you, it's coming up in your reality again and helping you to take a look at it, especially during this Mercury retrograde, right? It's all about going back into the past and noticing how we might still be playing out certain patterns in our life, consciously, unconsciously. I mean, they're usually unconsciously, until it actually like shows up in your physical reality. It's hard to notice the patterns and signs, right? So this is why I'm saying this, because so you got the Eight of Swords. This is why I was saying you guys might be feeling stuck, which goes in perfect correlation with the flamingo spirit, embracing the in-between, because you guys might be feeling like trapped, feeling like the stress is causing you to feel conflicted. You see how in her mind, that's where she's blindfolded. It's by the mind. And you can get caught in knots by your own thoughts. Dude, I'm telling you this from freaking personal experience. I've got freaking 2 air signs in my chart, like my rising and my moon are air, so I understand the overanalyzing. But I think ultimately, like, this is you, the Nine of Pentacles, breaking free. So right now, your biggest, I guess, like, way to transition out of this is making peace. Because if you continue to become, like, stay conflicted in your mind, you'll continue to release cortisol over and over again, which is going to continue the pattern, right? It's stored in your cells. So that's the paradox and the craziness of all of this, is you've got to learn how to first control your thoughts, because those cause the brain chemical releases, which then cause the reality to keep being repeated over and over again. So if this is a continuous pattern for you guys, like, maybe that the really cool thing is it's starting to help you see, Cap, that you're maybe wanting to be out on your own, you know, Nine of Pentacles, that's all about independence. And if this can play out in so many ways. This can be a family member, this can be a romantic partner, a business, this can be a friendship, however it applies. But Cap, what it's ultimately pushing you to is to break a lot of patterns that you've been through, right? You're going to be completely shedding an old version of yourself that operated this way, attracted these type of people in your dynamic, which isn't bringing you any type of peace of mind. So it's helping you to create this whole brand new reality where you'll be very independent. You know, you'll be like, maybe even for some of you, if this is work, this is what I was going to say. I'm so sorry, I lose track. But for some of you, it could even be inspiring you to start your own business, like maybe become an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is all freaking about self-growth. All about it. It's a deeper level of confronting a lot of fears. And isn't that interesting? I was just talking about like fears of survival, you know, fears around like monetary fulfillment or material fulfillment and survival. Entrepreneurship will get deeper into those beliefs, like that pattern that was passed down to your parents, because, right, you're having to step out on your own. That's a completely different dynamic. So especially if this is about work for you guys, you're starting to get in the creation process. Maybe you guys are already in this, but you're starting to create in your mind what you're truly wanting. And the Two of Cups, going back to that card, it might actually be about you creating your ultimate passion and being independent about it. You know, Nine of Pentacles, that person chooses to be single, like focusing on finances and using their own like gifts, talents, and abilities to make money. Okay? And that is a different level. I'm telling you guys, like, I thought entrepreneurship would be so easy to jump into. Dude, I had no idea what was going to come with it. It's a different level of growth for sure. But it is going to help you become really empowered in life, which, by the way, I love, because that is the entanglement in the first place. You see how, right, I'm talking about these people that might be in power in your life, Cap. You are actually the person meant to be in power. You know, that Panther spirit, the words underneath, reclaim your power. That's what all this is about, is that you are stepping into a new phase of yourself and transforming into realizing your own power, like realizing that you can create anything that you want in life. But that's why I feel like you might be just in this bit of a limbo mode, or you know what I mean? Because you're embracing the in-between, between both worlds of being stuck in an old pattern and stepping into the new. So that's why I was talking about like the cellular structure and the regeneration. Is the more that you actually take a look at that, you'll be able to see that you can transform your reality pretty quickly. If you understand the process of it, you can actually like clear karma from your parents in a physical way that's much faster than I think most people realize. Like, you could really transform. But I do think that psychologically certain people have to be ready for it. You know, it's all about divine timing. Because I think maybe like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have really been ready to do my own process. Like, it has to come at certain levels when your mind comes to certain realizations, and then you can start incorporating like the cellular restructure, the shedding of the old skin, the transformation, all that good stuff that I'm talking about. So I hope that all makes sense. It's a very specific message, but Cap, like, yeah, you're stepping into a really big power position. However that applies in your guys' life, it's all going to be very individual and specific for each one of you. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in the extended. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Just go down below, click on the Vimeo link, and I'll see you on the other side. But Cap, if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.